Yo, yo, yo. What is up? Marv Meisters. Oh my goodness.
Are you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake. I'm trying to stay awake.
I'm the one who should be falling asleep. I was there at 4 o'clock, 4:15 in the morning.
Oh, hell, man. You woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Send me a video. He sent me an audio recording. 4 o'clock in the morning.
Randy, you going to put toothpicks in your eyes? Keep them open?
No.
Oh, it didn't help that Mary Jane just came by either. Yeah, Betty was there. Betty was at the courthouse.
Yep, I seen her.
She drove down from Michigan.
Well,
yeah,
no, she stayed overnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she stayed in a hotel overnight.
I seen her walk up, and I said she had her son with her. And I said, "Oh, somebody's playing hooky today."
Yeah, her sister was watching me in the 4 o'clock in the morning, filming.
Good to see everybody in the chat.
Hey, Jill.
Verbal Judo, how are you doing?
That's Double Rainbow, I believe.
Yeah, it is. Verbal is Double Rainbow.
I was wondering where Double Rainbow went. What the heck?
They're hiding again.
Kathy's in the house. Olivia too. Polygraph. How you doing? Look at all the green in here today.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Becky, Carrie was standing in line before you guys came, Frank, and I told her, so you can just go on in because families allow first anyhow.
Oh, I seen them walking up, all of them walking up and everything.
No, Carrie was there before they were.
Oh, you're talking about Carrie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
because I didn't remember her seeing. I didn't think I seen her.
Yeah, she was in line way before you got there. And I saw her and said, well, Carrie, why don't you just go on in? Because they should let you in because you're family. And they're Carrie's supposed to meet up with Becky and them. But that's all right. She was fine going in. There
was some people with the family I didn't even recognize.
I know the one kid I know, he was there at the presser.
Well, who's the tall redheaded kid that was sitting next to Mike and Becky?
That's I think cousin or grandchild or somewhere.
I was going to say probably a cousin.
Hey Tish, Copper Horse, Jan.
Yeah, it was pretty much all the same people as at the presser. We all sat together again.
Did you?
Yeah, all of us did.
Yeah, he sat in front of me, and Rick did.
We had all the media sitting with us.
Yeah. Becky said, we all saw you guys over there.
Copper Horse says the wheels of justice turn slow.
Oh, yeah, you best believe it. You best believe it. It's all a money thing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Michelle.
And from West Virginia.
There was actually only 62 seats inside the courtroom because they had the whole first row. Nobody could sit because that's the row right behind Richard Allen. So they had that whole row empty. And so what they had to do is some reporters weren't able to get in, so they had to take some of the seats out of the juror box, sit in the back of the courtroom for them to be able to get in.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And I walked up right at 7 o'clock. I said, damn, this is all that's here.
I was shocked when I got up at 5 and I went and saw Randy's video and he was like the only one out there. I'm like, where's everybody at?
Betty got a good point right here.
Hurry up and wait.
Law, hurry up and wait.
Yeah, everybody didn't start showing up. All law enforcement didn't start showing until 5:45 or after. Take almost 3 blocks.
Wow.
And then you had Drew Yoder acting like he was a hard ass in there, sitting off to the side over by Nick.
Yeah.
So I just want to say hello to everybody. I've been showing some of the comments from everyone. Just want to say welcome. Glad you all could join us. As you all know, Randy and Frank were at the courthouse this morning. Mm-hmm. So they're going to give us a little rundown of what happened.
Well, first of all,
it was a cold son bitch this morning.
Yeah, my fingers are frozen.
It was a cold son bitch this morning. Boy.
Yeah, Frank asked me, "Where's my pad and pen?" I said, "I ain't going to write anything. My fingers are frozen already." Heck,
you couldn't miss Randy. He was the tallest guy there.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Like, man, Randy, you are tall. Yeah,
he stood out from everybody. Yeah, but we sat there about an hour before I should say, Pineapple Man opened the door and started letting people in. It was funny.
What's funny is that when Frank was in the courthouse, the woman sitting next to him, another reporter, he said something. What did you say? Where's Pineapple Man? And she knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, she started rolling, started laughing her ass off. I said, "You know what I'm talking about?" She said, "Oh, yeah, you're talking about Tony." It's all over the place about the pineapple thing. I looked at her and said, "Oh, Lord, when did we start?"
Yeah, she was surprised who all got there early this morning. She was asking around.
Oh, yeah?
I got there 4:15, and her assistant came in 4:30. So between Channel 13 was later on, Fox 59 was already there.
Yeah, Russ and him and Barbara McDonald were standing next to each other.
So, okay, you guys stood out there in line. You all got in. Who out of the big networks didn't get in?
News Nation.
Yeah, the lady behind me.
One that didn't get in.
Yeah, the lady behind me was from Chicago. I can't remember what she was from, but she was from Chicago.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, there was news trucks all around the whole building.
Yeah. Weather Channel, Channel 22, and...
Wait a minute, the Weather Channel?
Yeah. Fox 59 Weather Channel.
Oh.
And then another Weather Channel.
And Kevin and Anya from Murder Sheet sat right in front of us. They were talking with Randy.
Yeah.
They were like 10 people in front of me.
Yep, they behaved. We didn't have to bail anybody out.
It would have been me.
And it seemed like everybody was watching me. I was like, man.
I love this comment. Pineapples were 2 for $5 today at the grocery store.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't believe.
HCC did not get in.
No, he was way back at the end of the line when we got in.
Well, I told Rick,
I tried to get him to come up. I tried to get him to come up where we were at in line, but it was all news reporters, so I don't think anybody was going to appreciate that.
No.
Okay, so before you guys were in line when Richard Allen showed up. Did you get to see him at all or no?
They took him in on the other side of the building.
Yeah. So I needed to go on and take photos, but we had to wait in line. So, and then everybody else is already on after he left to get out to the van. Everybody was over there already crowded that side already getting him filmed. So it's like, forget
the pictures were being taken of him and stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was plenty of pictures taken.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we seen him pull off. I mean, that's all I could see is when they loaded him up and they pulled off. It was a 3-car caravan. Yeah.
Carter, we don't know. We didn't see him there, but we saw Holman and Police Chief Mullins. I know he was there. And then there were like all 3 floors had law enforcement. You can't miss it.
Oh, man, there was so many police officers there. It was unreal.
So you try to escape, there's no way.
Yeah. So when we got there at 7, it was still dark, and police officers walking the town square with police dogs.
Sniffing people's cars. They already went inside the courtroom.
Yeah.
We did see that in one of the, at least I did, in one of the news coverage. I saw that they had the dogs going around and sniffing the cars and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to the courtroom first. Took the dogs in the courtroom first to make sure nothing.
Hey, let me tell you something. That courtroom is beautiful inside of it, man.
That's what I heard.
It is beautiful in there. All this woodwork and stained glass, and I was really impressed for a small town like that have a courtroom like that.
What is wrong with you,
Bud? Let it go.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so once you got inside, and you got up into the courtroom and got sat down, yes, Rick was there. Drop it with the milkshake thing. Finito, done. What was the vibe like once everybody was in the room waiting for him to come in?
I would have to say anticipation, waiting for him to come in. That's what I thought. That's what I would speculate.
Well, most of them, what I've been hearing is if they're going to unseal it. I know they were talking about if it's 3 items they have to unseal, but the guy from Channel 13, he said only one. If the judge believes that one item and it could be unsealed, all would be unsealed. And
well, we know it's going to be unsealed because me and Mark talked about this. Nick McClelland, the prosecutor, he already had a pre-plan. He had a redacted version of the probable cause when he came into court, presented it to the court and the defense.
Wait, you're getting way too far ahead of me here. Everybody wants to know what the vibe was like.
Anticipation. There was no other word to use. You're just like, man, what are we going to expect here? The anticipation. What's Nick going to say? What's the defense going to say? What's this Richard Allen going to look like when he comes to the courtroom? How big is he? How tall is he?
Did you guys get to talk when you were sitting there before the judge came in, or no?
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know she was very strict.
Oh, yeah, because Leslie came up and had everybody keep it quiet for me. He said, I just got orders from the judge that if she hears a peep out of anybody, they're instantly out of here. She was
all right. Somebody needs to get Bud out of here.
All right, Bud, you're done. Time out, Bud.
All right, so who was there from the girl's family?
Becky, Mike, Kelsey, Anna, and Eric Erskine, his wife, and
Dave
Becky's
Erskine's
sister, cousins,
Tara,
and then her.
And I think Carrie had one of her daughters with her too, I believe.
She usually does have at least one.
No, she didn't have her daughter with her. There's
no.
Mm-mm.
That's why I was asking who all the young kids that were sitting with.
Yeah, there was. Carrie didn't bring her young daughter with her this time.
Okay, so, what about Anna's side? Anna was there.
Well, just Anna, Eric Erskine, his wife, and just her, not her dad or any other relatives, just her.
Okay.
Oh, and I do want to say something about what the judge also said. She said, if I hear a cell phone going off in my courtroom, it will be confiscated and I will have it destroyed.
Yes, that's what she said. She doesn't like.
Yeah.
She doesn't like that.
She said that. I was like, oh, wow, this lady's not playing.
Mm-mm.
So as far as we know, Derek was not there. Cody was not there.
Nope.
Okay. So what
Now,
was your guys' impression of the judge now that
oh,
No,
she
no
would
nonsense.
be she'd be the good judge to run this case.
Yep.
If it had to be moved into her court up there in Fort Wayne, Indiana, it'd be worth doing with that judge.
She
So
said she's got murder trials every week all the way until February of the bail hearing.
yeah, her paperwork's like a book. The
Yeah.
paperwork she showed us, it's like a freaking book.
Her calendar, her court
Yeah.
calendar. Yeah.
All right, so what was it like when Richard Allen walked in?
Oh, dead silence.
It was dead silence, and everybody was just turned and looked
Watching-
right at him. And he would not
watching him
make eye
walk.
contact.
Don't talk over each other, please.
Okay.
He wouldn't make eye contact with anybody, but you could see the fear in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally see it as the man. And then my eyes got real big. I'm like, oh man, I wish I could just. Then I thought to myself, this sucker is all chained up from head to toe with bulletproof vests. I'm not going to be able to get to him. So,
Oh no.
Randy, what was your
Same way.
take on it?
Same way. He looked scared. If
Yeah.
Anna where I was sitting,
oh,
if Anna had an opportunity, she would be kicking his ass.
oh, there's no doubt.
So somebody is asking what was around R.A.'s neck. What okay, so what was his get up for today? Because all we saw was a big jacket.
Okay.
Well, he was wearing a yellow
Jumpsuit. Go ahead.
Yep.
He had a yellow jumpsuit on. He had a bulletproof vest over the top of him, and they had him chained from head to toe, to where he only could take baby steps when he's walking. That's how chained up they had him.
Yeah.
So, and he had two CERT members that were escorting him. CERT member is basically like a riot team
Yeah.
member. Then these guys were big dudes.
There were like 5 of them. They've been walking around the grounds all morning.
Oh, and they walked in with him.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Randy, did you see any bulletproof vest or anything like that on them?
Well, they're probably underneath their jackets. Yeah.
You talking about?
No,
Richard?
I mean on Richard Allen.
No, Richard. Yeah, bulletproof vest on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, black one.
I don't think bulletproof vest would stop whoever was. He could have got shot in the head. It wouldn't make any difference if somebody came along.
But that's why they have all them officers around him to keep that from happening. That's just the way it works. Those cops will take a bullet for a prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so who spoke first?
The prosecutor spoke first.
Okay, and what exactly did McClellan say?
Well, he was talking about how keep everything confidential, trying to protect the witnesses he knows he's got to. There's some older adults, and then still have kids still underage.
Well, actually, they're of age now, but they were minors at the time.
Well, no, there's still some. Still, he said there's still some. Because he had a paper showing all the witnesses, and he wanted to make sure no one caused trouble, make the families worry of they're going to be harmed before they ever get a chance to come into court. And then explaining about the petition, over 40,000 people trying to keep that seal document.
Right.
What else it was?
And he also implicated other people involved.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. He said there's more, but he's keeping the tip line open. Yep. But there's more to this story. Either Richard is reverse if he helped the other people, or they help Richard. So it's kind of
a flip-flop situation here.
Yeah.
So he actually said that.
Yes.
Whether Richard helped them or they helped Richard.
Yes, he
wow.
did. Yep. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Nick was on point today. He was real on point today.
We were just hoping at least give us one hint of what was leading to the rest.
Right.
But he said Holman and ex-police chief Mullins were on this case so much they found the two items that links to Richard. Whatever it was at that house.
Interesting.
So
it was kind of, like I said, Nick was on point today. And like me and Mark talked about earlier, we already knew that he was probably going to have a redacted version of the probable cause. But I mean, if it was me as a strategist, as a prosecutor, I would have never offered the opportunity for the judge just to drop it right there by handing her a redacted version of the probable cause. I would have never done that.
Yeah, but I said to you, you don't know. She may have told him to bring it.
Right. That's what I mean.
He said to the judge, this is not, don't want to put it in evidence. If it was up to her, if she wanted to put the witness list in evidence or not. And she said, we'll hold on to it until that comes.
Well, if they put it in evidence, wouldn't they have to reveal the information to all of us then?
Doubt it. They want the prosecutor wants them protected at all costs because with all the harassment from YouTube, Facebook, everybody out there who can get hands on these people, they're not going to want to come back in the court if they're threatened.
And he made it very clear about social media and everything affecting this case.
Yeah,
he did. It's big. That was one of the big deals about protecting the witnesses because of social media and YouTubers and everything like that. And I'm like, we're just trying to get to the bottom of this. Not no wackos out here, you know?
Yeah.
So, but then when the defense got to talking, they were taken up for the social media.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because remember what Doug Carter kept saying over the years, we need the public's help. Okay.
Right.
Now the defense is reversing the role and say, we need your help. If there's anybody out there that knows anything, if we can jog a memory or whatever, they're doing the same tactic as Doug Carter did.
Interesting.
Okay. Two people want me to repeat what I said about Holman and ex-police chief Mullins.
Steve Mullins, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Steve Mullins. Because the prosecutor said they've been working on this case so long. Ex-police chief Mullins and Holman knows every single evidence, and the two found two separate ones that links to Richard.
So Holman and Chief Mullins each found a piece of evidence that linked Richard Allen.
Yes, since they knew about the case so much.
Right.
They know what evidence they're looking for, and that
they must have found it in Richard's.
In Richard's home, yeah, somewhere. You're welcome, Verbal. Yeah, that's what he said.
Hey, so
I'm muting for a minute. Blake's going nuts.
Okay. So we didn't get what we wanted today. We didn't get the probable cause affidavit. But we did get some big pieces of information.
Yeah.
And that was the fact that they're looking at other people.
Yes.
The fact that the two law enforcement found this evidence to connect him with the murders.
Yeah.
And there was a third, and I lost it in my head. I'll come back to it. But those are too big. I mean, that's big. Nobody has ever said that they were looking at other people.
And the probable cause affidavit was 9 pages long.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I know what the other thing is that I don't know if the two of you heard this when you were at the courthouse, but the prosecutor wants a gag order.
Yep. We heard the same thing.
All of law enforcement, the family, any of the attorneys.
Media, anybody that was at the courthouse, they want a gag order on. No,
not at the courthouse.
Well, Frank. Anybody that heard anything inside the courtroom is what I've been hearing.
No, anybody that knows anything about this case that gets information, they want a gag order on them so nothing is leaked.
Well, they can have that's a hard thing for Indiana because of the First Amendment rights for journalists and media, freedom of whatever they call that, freedom of the press.
Yeah, freedom of the press.
But I don't think the press isn't going to have anything to do with it. It's the people that are actively working the case and or receive information about the case.
Well, the other thing, there was another attorney, an older guy attorney, was with the press, and he was trying to get the judge to unseal
the docket.
Unseal, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember they filed that thing, broadcasters, whatever it is. They filed a motion to get it unsealed.
Yes, they did.
We couldn't figure out who that guy was for the longest time, and then somebody told us who he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the press was not listed on the gag order. It was basically anybody from law enforcement who was actually physically seeing any evidence or hearing about any evidence, and the families, because they are told certain things.
Mm-hmm. And that's what Becky told when she was at the walk. She says, we cannot talk to you.
Yeah.
Anybody.
About the case, right?
Yeah.
Country Dog Lady, thank you so much for the super sticker.
We got another one, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Angela.
Ms. Mala, thank you so much. Great coverage, she says.
I mean, it was basically the same people. It was Julie Melvin was there. I mean, just basically everybody that we was to press her with.
So you guys didn't actually get to. Nobody was taking interviews afterwards.
Well, the defense did well after the fact, but I think what they did is they waited until they loaded up Richard before they came out. Because me and Rick were already outside talking with Anya and Kevin for Murder Sheet, and I was talking to Ruth Ann Gordon at the same time, and then all of a sudden, apparently, they came down into the lobby and took a few questions, but the prosecutor, I don't think, ever came down.
Yeah. Because there were all the reporters downstairs that was waiting for us, all of us come out.
Yeah.
There it was a line. As soon as you get down the first floor, there was a line of them ready to swarm in.
Yep.
So, okay, so now here we go. Let's talk about a few things. There's been a few things, me sitting back here behind the scenes, there's been a few things that have really bothered me today.
Okay.
First thing is, let's talk about a bail hearing.
Oh, God.
All criminals get a bail hearing at one point or another.
Yes.
It is the defense's job to walk in there and demand their client be released. That's one of their first priorities.
Yep.
Is to try to get him released. Just because the judge granted him a hearing on the 17th of February does not mean that she is going to grant him bail.
Well, it took
just a formality.
Yeah.
It took long to get to that point because the attorney from Franklin had other murder cases and he had to figure out his
schedule,
schedule.
His court schedule. Same
Right.
way with the judge.
But I just want everybody to know, every criminal gets a bail hearing. This hearing is no big deal because everyone gets one. It's up to the judge at that time to determine whether he's going to get bail or not. The man has 2 counts of murder against him. They're not just going to give him a low bond and let him out.
Mm-mm.
And those are 2 enhanced murder charges.
Right.
And let me explain if anybody doesn't understand what enhanced means. Enhanced means in a murder charge is that you're in the commission of another felony crime when the murder took place. Say he was there when another crime was taking place against the girls and then they were killed. Even though he's not the actual person that committed the crime, he was there. He's just as liable. He was given an enhancement on that.
So that's why that flip-flop thing.
And Jankel and Howie is correct. In Indiana, you do not get bail for murder.
No.
You're still going to have a bail hearing, and the judge is going to go, per the Indiana statute, blah, 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 you're not allowed bail.
That's right.
So do not panic about this bail hearing.
Yeah, you got a lot. I've been reading a lot of things today, and people are tripping about, is this case loosey-goosey or what? And I'm like, man, you guys don't understand how defense works, do you? I said, it's their job to make it look like a weak case from the get-go.
But like I said, there's a comment right here. True, but in this case, such as these, the judge should just say no. They have to go through all of the procedures.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what case it is or how profile it is. They still have to go through the steps of
reviewing evidence and all that.
Gathering evidence,
yep.
Having pre-trials, having a bail hearing, all that stuff. It's a formality. The judge has to say on the record that his defense team is requesting a bond and that she's denying it for appeals. It all has to go on the record.
Yep.
It's all a formality.
There you go. French made it very clear. It's called due process.
Exactly.
Somewhere they'll have to find an item in there that say, hey, we can lower the bail, and that they're wrong to do this no bail.
Right.
At that time.
It is your God-given right by law, by the Constitution, that you get the opportunity to get it in front of the judge and request for a bond, no matter what the circumstances are. That's our constitutional right. Yeah. Even though 9 times out of 10 it's going to get denied because of the charges, but he still has that right to request one.
Right. So I don't want everybody freaking out about this bail hearing. It's all part of the due process, and it's a formality that you have to go through to put it on the record.
And Olivia made a very good statement here. We don't want RA out on a technicality.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what we're all afraid of. If he's out, he would run, and we're stuck for years.
You don't automatically get a bail hearing right after you're arrested.
No.
Or when you're arrested. Often it's later on, especially in a case with murder.
Well, considering at the time of his arraignment, he didn't have an attorney, so nobody
Correct.
could. So.
Yep, bud. Yeah. We'll kick his ass, bud. Yep, we'll do that. Definitely.
So. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, he has requested a speedy trial, which means they have 1 year to try him. There is going to be delays in this case.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if this case doesn't go to trial until the end of 2023.
I'm going to say at least 2 years. At
Or
least.
2 years?
But
I say at least 2 years.
2.5. Let's do 2.5 just in case.
Unless once the defense gets the discovery from the prosecutor and there's clear evidence putting Richard Allen at the scene, and they're going to say, "Hey, dude, the best bet is just to take a plea or whatever you have to do, because if you go to trial." And see, this is why I wanted to interview Nick today. I wanted to ask him straight out: has his office had any conversation about filing for the death penalty on this case? And Nick never came downstairs. That's what I want to know, if this is going to be a death penalty case.
And I think this is important too. Now that everybody's seeing how he's being treated, if anybody else is involved with this, they are going to be freaking. Because now he's scared. He sees the severity of it. He sees how bad this is. So if anybody else is involved, they're going to be like, he's rolling. He's going to roll. He's going to tell on me. He's going to bring me into this. And if he was smart, he would.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing: when everything was done, when he was being escorted towards where me and Frank and everybody was sitting at, he smiled. I told Frank, I said, "Did you know about the two women closer where I was?" And he said, "No." He thought his wife or a relative sitting close behind him. I said, "No." Somebody said it was his wife in front of us.
I didn't see her at all.
And blonde hair on the corner closer to the exit door.
Well, yeah, but I didn't see Kathy in there at all.
Yeah, Kathy was the blonde hair. People said Kathy was the blonde hair.
Huh.
Short. I heard it was his sister and another relative.
Well, who were the two ladies that were sitting up there behind
I think it's with the prosecutor, the
defense team.
Yeah. I saw his.
This is what I heard. It was his mother and his sister that was there.
It's either way. People are saying it's his wife or whatever, but she didn't look like his wife, but it could be his sister. But when I saw his face, he smiled right at that blonde lady, and she started to cry.
I also heard he looked over at the family too.
Well, that's what everybody's saying, but I couldn't see it because where I was sitting and the security guards on that bench close to him, I couldn't see it. But he smiled and walked out. I thought, oh, that's an easy smile.
Well, Barbara McDonald sat with the family.
Yeah, she's the very first one in front door.
Yeah.
And she was there when I was sitting there in my car at 4:00 in the morning.
Right.
Steffa, is this in Indiana? Because I don't think that's right for Indiana.
It is 70
They
days.
only have 70 days from the arrest date to try him.
If he files for his trial, 70 days. It's 70 days in Indiana, but they got up to 1 year because of continuances and shit like that.
Right.
It is 70 days, but it's typically about a year.
Well, Dark Phoenix, it was certain amount of people can get in there. It's kind of like the golden ticket. Hopefully you can get in. It was like 10 people couldn't get in after we got in.
Yeah, there was only 62 seats inside the courtroom. There was more than that, but they had the whole first row. They had nobody sitting in them.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the reason the names shouldn't come out is because it's somebody important or prominent in that probable cause affidavit?
I think something's in there. And I think it's, and the other thing is the witness list too. So somewhere along that witness list, that knows exactly who the other killers they might have saw.
I believe there's a name in there they don't want the public to see.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got to remember, when it comes to the witness list, a lot of the witnesses were kids at that time. They're adults now.
No, there's still some kids. There's still some.
How, Randy?
That's what he said. There's some right now are adults, and there's some still underage. And that's what he said in the courtroom.
Yep.
He said that. There's yes.
That's what Nick said.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's still some underage, but some are adults on that list.
Interesting.
But I do believe there's a name in there that they don't want the public seeing for some reason.
I think so too. It's whatever it is this person saw knows who the other.
It could be another person involved.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I just keep seeing him walking into the courtroom, and my eyes got real big. Like, oh, damn! I wish I could just jump up and strangle this son of a bitch. I did, man. My eyes got real big. I was like, oh, look at me, dude, because you look at me. What's up, Jen? Nice to see you, Jen.
Okay, so Frank, do you want to scroll to the top and take some questions?
So
I've been drinking water today, so I'm going to the restroom.
All right, where we at? We're at Dave, right? Yeah.
No, go all the way to the top.
Hey, Digital. Yes, there are still some minors still on that witness list.
All right, let's see. Anybody want to come on the panel? You do. I'll put the
link up.
The link up. Yeah, Randy, but I mean, when he walked into the courtroom, man, I was just like, this guy's a 4 foot nothing.
Well, like I said, I'm be a giant compared to anybody else over this dude.
I was like,
I just pushed him over.
Man, when I looked at him and I looked over at Kelsey, I was like, man, Kelsey's taller than he is.
Yeah, about a little inch. But yeah, I could just probably pushed him over. As tall as I am, like everybody said, I was the tallest person there besides law enforcement. Some of them are.
Hey, CJ, honestly, it was basically all media and YouTube creators that were in the courtroom, besides the family.
Yeah, Jack, Becky's, well, I told her about seeing them walking past me through the front door, and she said, yeah, I seen all you guys podcasters over there.
Yeah.
You couldn't miss us in between these newscasters.
Nope. Everywhere we turned, there was a camera.
Mm-hmm.
DD, the vibe that I got when he walked in the courtroom, like I was just saying, he had that fear in his eyes, and my eyes got real big, like, yeah, don't you dare look over at me, because I'll just stare down.
Yeah, everybody saw it, and he was scared. He was really scared, like seeing all. It's like, this is how it feels. What, you murder somebody? Well, that was his fault.
You know, Leslie came up and spoke to everybody in the courtroom before they brought the judge in and brought Richard Allen in. Once he made his little spill about what the judge said, my lips were sealed. I just said a damn word through the rest of the whole time I was inside that courtroom.
Amen. And like, and people asked me, like, from my video I did when I got home or got some sleep, he was like a little puppy dog being behaved, not want to screw up.
I mean, the way they had him all chained up and everything, it made me think they were treating him like he was Jack the Ripper.
Well, how I call him, he's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
they had so many chains coming off that dude. I was like, my goodness, I ain't never seen an inmate chained up like that. Kind of reminded me of watching Silence of the Lambs when they had old boy strapped to that thing. What's going to be done this week, Betty?
Hey, Betty.
I say the probable cause. She'll rule on it probably by next week or the week after. That's what I'm anticipating.
It's the holidays, unless she wait longer.
Right.
Through all the holidays. But
yes,
what are the two that Mullins and Holman had found on him? It has to be good.
Yeah.
In order to arrest him. I
was really surprised that Doug Carter wasn't there today. Honestly.
I was looking for him through all those levels of state police and everybody else standing inside the courtroom. I'm surprised.
Right.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, Raggedy Susan. Of all the cases I've ever watched about a guy that they are protecting when they're bringing him in the courtroom, I've always seen them shackled the way they were and bulletproof vests, but they never have any head protection whatsoever. Oh, hell. I mean, we was even out there before we even went into the courthouse. We were checking on top of all the buildings to see if they had snipers on top of the buildings.
Well, somebody asked me earlier this morning when I was going around, they asked me, is there anybody up on top of the roof? I said, no, there was none. You would have thought. And like the prosecutor said, this is more police officers we ever had in Delphi, Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, Becky was super composed. Her and Mike were real composed.
Yeah.
You didn't really see a whole lot of emotion out of them at all.
They know that what the end result is. They want a conviction. They're not going to do anything to jeopardize that.
No outbursts in the court or anything.
And can I just say one quick thing before we go to the next question? So I talked about the bail hearing. The next thing I wanted to say is this is a death penalty case. And, okay, Steph, sounds good. And the lawyers that were picked for him are experienced in death penalty cases. They have to be. So they are going to be aggressive right off the bat.
Yeah.
And say that the information and the probable cause isn't anything. What else are they going to say? Oh, you're right, you got him? No. They're going to start their defense right away and attack what's in the probable cause for the arrest and demand a bail hearing. That's all normal.
I mean, the attorney Baldwin, I believe his name is, out of Franklin, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
He made it clear during his interview. He said, we're just going off the probable cause. We haven't gotten any discovery or anything yet to show what evidence is actually there. So that's all they're going off of is what the probable cause is saying, which the probable cause is not really going to have anything as far as evidence in there.
No. It's only going to tell us why what led them to arrest him.
Right.
And a lot of that's going to be redacted because they don't want that out till trial.
Yeah. Well, Angela, she was there with Eric Erskine and his wife, and her dad wasn't here from Michigan or anything like that. So she was with Eric and his wife and her only.
Do you want to go to the next question, Frank? Sorry, I thought of that before while I was in the bathroom.
You got the control over there.
I don't know where you're at. Hang on.
I went to the top and I scrolled back down to the bottom again.
All right. Hang on. I'm looking for specific questions.
Yeah, I think Grandpa Cliff was there. Yeah,
no. Grandpa Cliff was not there.
Who was what? That was Anna's.
I don't know who that guy was.
with the real long gray beard and the
Yeah,
hair.
he came in with Becky and them.
Well, I ran into him in the bathroom and I said, "Are you one of the grandparents?" And he said, "Yeah." That's what he said to me.
Well, it's got to be on Becky or Mike's side.
Hey,
But that's
Stefan.
not Grandpa Cliff.
Hey, y'all.
What's up?
Hey, Steph.
Hey, excuse my voice. I have COVID, so I sound like crap.
That's all right.
Okay, I just want to answer this real quick. If you're trying to get a membership and you have an iPhone, go on YouTube and Google or search, how do I join a membership of a channel with an iPhone? They'll walk you through it step by step. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was just joining in the conversation because when we were talking about like the speedy trial and everything, when they first arrested RA, RA, I think of rheumatoid arthritis. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's a medical thing, sorry.
So I was listening to a defense attorney and they're like, the prosecution, and one of the worst things they can do is continue this whole not releasing the affidavit because it makes it look like the prosecution is trying to hide something. Well, it kept going and going and going. And then when they got the defense attorneys they actually, how they lucked out with two good defense attorneys that the state is paying for is, or how he did, is what ticks me off, but he did. And so they are doing what they're supposed to for their client, but they actually are good at what they do. So they're going to do the best strategy because they've already said, hey, we still need your tips because we don't have all the information that we need for these arrests. They've already said out loud, hey, we're not quite ready for trial. So the best thing they could do is say, hey, we want our speedy trial, which would be 70 days from the date of his arrest, which was what, October 28th?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be their best defense because they don't have all of the information yet.
Right.
Well, actually, he was arrested on October 26th.
Or the 26th, so 70 days from that date. He legally does have that right, no matter what your schedule is, to have his his speedy trial.
Well,
now,
I don't think they have filed for a speedy trial because when his arraignment was on the 28th, he didn't have an attorney. That's just formally charging him. So I don't think he's filed for a speedy trial yet.
But his attorneys know that defense.
Yes.
And I was talking to somebody today about it in law, and they said, and as they're showing their cards, the prosecution, which is concerning, is their prosecutor doesn't have this kind of experience with murder cases. So, but their attorneys have, many murder trials under their belt, as they have to. They don't have to have a lot, but they happen to have a lot of experience and are good at what they do. Yeah. And then, so they really need a special prosecutor to come in. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm nobody. I'm just a little girl over here in the Midwest, but.
So, did they say where the trial in March is going to be?
No.
So that's to be determined.
It might. That's why it's up in the air. They might change it.
Did she say that she wants to try to keep all the hearings and everything in Carroll County as long as possible?
That was my understanding.
Yeah, yes. I thought she did say that in the courtroom.
But the March one is still up the air of, are they going to do it or just change the date because it was the last judge who set that date.
Right.
So it's up to her when she's available.
Was Shane Evans anywhere to be seen?
Nope.
Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. It'll be, and I'm sure that the judge would approve a gag order. And usually the defense wants a gag order, but they didn't really say one way or the other.
No.
Because it's the defense that wants to keep everything under wraps so that their client can get a fair trial. That's what makes me wonder about this whole, if their defense is, hey, we're going to do a speedy trial, or if they, whatever they have, I mean, they don't seem to be very pressed. That's what's very concerning.
Yeah. Randy, Frank, how far away from RA would you say you were in the courthouse?
Oh, we were, well, Frank was like maybe 3 rows from him.
Okay.
And then
you
I
were
was in
4?
well, yeah.
Randy, when he walked in the courtroom, he was within 2 feet of Randy.
Wow.
When he came behind me.
Yeah, he walked the aisle right next to Randy. And Randy was what, 2 or 3 seats in?
Yeah.
Just 3 seats in, yeah.
Yeah, he was just within a couple feet.
When he walked in, did he look around or did he just look straight?
Oh, he looked around. He looked around,
he did.
definitely. Mm-hmm.
That's how we noticed. That's how we noticed that we saw the fear in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
How did the Patties respond to him? Did they keep it cool, like not respond, or were they? You could tell
pretty much. They did, like Toby said, quiet. Don't do anything to be kicked out. So that's what they were listening, so they won't be kicked out, and they need to be in there.
Melissa, I'm not sure if you're new to the case, but Mike and Becky Patty are Libby's grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Timmons is Libby's mother.
Yeah.
The only one that we know that wasn't there today was Derek, Libby's father.
Derek.
Everybody else was pretty much there.
Kelsey was there.
Except for Cody and Derek.
Cody, yeah.
That would be. Ooh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let's see. Becky was out there at the walk, Melissa, so she knows who the Frank and Jennifer is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had in-depth. Me, Randy, and Marv have in-depth conversations by phone with Becky or by messenger at least once a week. So, and we had a great conversation with her and Cody out at the walk back in October.
Yeah, we listened to their stories and everything else.
Sure did.
Michael says, rumor the defense is trying to move the trial to Lake County. Anybody hear that?
No, not today. No.
Where is Lake County compared to Delphi?
Monticello.
Lake
County. Monticello.
Okay.
No, that's not Lake County.
Where's
Lake County up in the northern part of Indiana.
Well, northwest, right?
East Chicago area.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
That's where it is. East Chicago. That's Lake County.
Up there by Rensselaer and all
like
that.
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
Cody is
Becky's adopted son.
Right.
Nephew adopted. Just put it that way.
Julie's nephew.
Can one of the mods drop the Discord link, please? I forgot to put that in the description of the video today. I'll make sure that I put it in there for the next one.
And I'm sure sometime for the next couple of days, if anybody wants to watch the videos I took while I was there, I'm sure Marv will upload them to our community page on YouTube.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just record them off of StreamYard and put them right on YouTube.
Okay.
That way everybody can see them. And I'm going to do the same thing with when we were there for the walk.
Yep.
The videos that we did a live stream on, I'm just going to record them and put them right on here.
Hey, Stefa.
Yes.
Guess who I did an interview with for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes today?
Who?
Max
Snowbirder.
Oh, I thought you said Max. I'm thinking of a dog. It's all the cold medicine.
Yep, I talked to him for about a minute to 2 minutes.
Okay. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he lives directly across the street from the courthouse in an apartment. So
oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Marv, this at the past walk, you went down over on Ron's
Oh, yeah.
side. So being on both sides now, do you think there had to have been more than one person
Yeah.
to take it? Agreed.
Absolutely.
after the measurements and everything we did with the coordinates and everything, and then happen to see Richard Allen, and as little as he is, there is no damn way in hell it was him by himself that did that.
No.
No way. I'm sorry, but this guy could weigh no more than probably 140, 150 pounds, and probably 5'5", 5'6" at the most.
So, is it true that in the state of Indiana, in the whole state of Indiana, they do not allow cameras in the courtroom?
Exactly.
And they never have.
Nope. Never.
I thought there were 4.
That's why Anthony threw a hissy fit in Kentland, Indiana. He was recording one record.
Ah.
Yep.
I thought there were 4 courts in the state of Indiana that had the had cameras, but you had to be in one of those courts.
In the court we were in today, there was cameras all over the place inside.
Yeah, there.
Uh,
I mean, like where
Media.
courts could be there.
Media.
Yeah.
I have, as much as the murders I've heard about in Indiana and the trials I've read about and seen on the news, I have never seen one case that's ever been televised live. Ever. And the biggest case prior to this one was the Indiana State Trooper that was charged with killing his wife and 2 kids back 20-something years ago. And that wasn't even televised. And he got convicted twice on appeal. Well, he got appeals and got new trials, 3 of them. He was convicted on 2 of them, and the third one they exonerated. But they still didn't have it on live. So,
Hi, Christian. Well, I think it depends on like this judge today. She didn't want nothing to be let out on
social media and news and all that. I can tell you that Nick McClellan was hard on social media. YouTube.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was real hard on us in the courtroom. And then the defense team was backing us up. He said, "Look, the whole courtroom's nothing but media and social media personalities."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He said, "Why not release it?"
Vanessa, this information was not released as to how many total witnesses. We just know that there's, in the probable cause affidavit, there's witnesses named in there. We don't know how many.
Hey, Kristen, nice to see you.
So I found
one of those memberships.
There's an article that the Indiana Supreme Court proposed a rule that could permit cameras in court, and it would be at the local judge's discretion to allow the news media to cover the proceedings, and that was July of this year. So
yeah, but I don't think it's ever gone through.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to call them. We're going to have to do a petition. Oh, and the Supreme Court is Judge Gall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cindy. They did. There was 2 people in the courtroom that were artists. They were drawing right next to us.
The one that was in front of us,
and then we had one that sat 2 seats down from me. And when he was done, I was like, "Oh my God, look at this!"
He was good.
Yeah, he was good.
They have to be fast because I was looking at some like HLN had one on tonight, and I was like, how did they do all that in 25 minutes?
Yep.
Well, he was doing the background of around where the judge sits, and you can tell he was drawing around certain things in the courtroom.
Yep. But it was an interesting day, though. I mean, I was kind of surprised because of all the things that were being said last night, that it was going to be a madhouse down there, and that it was loaded up with everybody sleeping down there. And when we got there, and I was like, "Where's everybody at? Where's everybody at?"
Frank called me. He's like, "Nope." I told him, so they're not here yet.
Yeah, last night they made it like everybody was already out there with tents.
Yeah, no.
Randy,
I got there. I looked around and drove around the town, the block, to make sure, okay, no big trucks stayed overnight there or anything. Just Box 59 vehicle and Channel 4. That was it. Until 5:45 on, everybody starts showing up with the police, state police, everybody.
Hey, Kristen.
Just stop it.
Hey, Kristen, don't feel bad. He woke me up at 4 o'clock this morning, too, with a voicemail on my phone.
I woke you up. How did I wake you up?
Because I heard my phone ding.
Yeah, ding.
Well, okay. Was there any negative vibes that you got from Richard Allen when he was in the courtroom?
No, not really. It just when he just came through and looked like scared as a cat type deal, walking past all of us.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, the way they had him all locked down with chains all around him, it reminded me of Dead Man Walking.
Yeah. So William says, do you guys really truly believe RA is Bridge Guy? I really don't know what to think at this point. He's really small. And that was the big thing. That was a big topic today, that he is actually small.
Yeah. And that, I mean, I spoke to Becky about this situation, and I brought up a scenario with her when I talked to her last Sunday, I believe it was. And I said, I noticed that you changed your profile picture on your Facebook page with the original sketch of BG with the long hair and the hat. And she's got a stamp on the front of it that says arrested. And I even made a comment to her, and I said, I honestly believe you do believe that Richard Allen is BG. And the more and more I keep looking at him and seeing that photo, I'm almost positive it's BG. He put himself there. I mean, he admitted to being on the bridge that day,
And think of it this way, guys. Even Doug Carter in an interview at the end said yes, they believe he's BG. They did not say, they have not said that he is the killer.
Didn't Doug Carter in that last interview say something like they were talking about the two different pictures and how different they looked, and he goes, yeah, isn't that something? Like he was saying one is one kill. I got the impression he was trying to say one was one killer, one was another. That's me reading into it. So that was interesting to me.
Well, the way I took that is, if you take the original sketch, that was supposed to be Richard Allen. You remember what Doug Carter kept saying? The perp is going to change his appearance.
Yes.
So they came out with the original sketch of the young BG. To me, they were trying to tell us that was Richard Allen after he changed his appearance.
From old sketch to the new.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with that, let's see here. Is my background on here?
I mean, because you got to look at it this way. There are men out there that are 60 years old, and if they keep clean cut, shaved, and all that, they'll look in their late 40s, early 50s. This could be the same scenario with Richard Allen. Look how old he looked in the original sketch that they drew of him, and then you got the change of appearance, and they come out with the young sketch.
Yep.
So.
Well, look at him in Gatlinburg, and look at him like his Gatlinburg pictures, and then today with the big Fu Manchu, not shaven. He looks old now.
Mm-hmm.
And there he looks like a young lad.
Yes.
That's a big difference. A big difference.
A fan
He was
club.
heavy for the old sketch, and then he lost weight in the young sketch.
Fangirl, no. Richard Allen did not say one word.
I wonder if they can make him say down the hill, or if that can be like a requirement.
That would be behind closed doors, I would imagine.
Yeah, it would be on
Maybe
his
OJ
recording.
try on a glove. They could make him say down the hill.
Right. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask about the trial today. How many people were sitting at the prosecutor's desk?
One.
Just McClellan?
No. There was an older guy sitting behind McClellan.
You talking about the old man?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was actually Nick was the only one sitting at the desk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you had two in the jury seats.
Yeah.
Boy, I pray they get a special prosecutor. Just for anxiety reasons. I'm scared. I mean, are you guys scared?
I'm not, because I mean, like I said, I have watched a lot of court TV and I've watched a lot of trials, and I've learned how prosecutors work and how the defense team works. And in this situation with RA, the defense team, they don't have anything to debunk what the prosecutor has, because they have no discovery yet. They're just going off what they see in the probable cause affidavit, and they think there's nothing in there that points the finger at Richard Allen at all.
Yeah.
So it's all going to come down to the discovery and what evidence they have.
And we don't know when Holman and this other detective or whatever found this information.
Ex-chief police.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been, one piece could have been earlier and one could have been more recent, and they just put two and two together finally. We don't know any of that.
But they had to have had something on him to get a search warrant for his house and take his vehicles.
I agree.
Between Holman and Mullins had all the background on this case, and that's what they both came up. Holman found one and Mullins found something, so that led to Richard Allen to go to his house.
Why would the ex-chief of police be still working a case?
This was years ago.
No, he said that they sent him to his house, which would have just been last month.
He's been working with the prosecutor all this time. He left
even after he retired.
I think he's an investigator for the prosecutor, isn't he?
Yeah. So as soon as he left the police chief, he went with prosecutor, and that he knew everything about this case from the beginning all the way up to now.
Okay, so he took a job with the prosecutor's office, like as an investigator.
Yeah, yes. That's what I think he did, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I wanted to ask if Kristen's still in the... Yeah, she's super chat. Yeah. Kristen did a video today talking about probable cause, and one of the way I was reading it sounded like that the probable this was not signed by a judge. I always thought
the probable cause should have been signed by a judge.
It is. It's signed by a judge.
They would have never been able to arrest him if it wasn't signed.
Right.
Maybe Kristen could elaborate, because I was totally reading that wrong, because I always thought it was signed too, but the way I was reading it was, oh, okay, now she said it was signed by a judge. Again, I'm on a lot of medication because I can't breathe, but
you got to remember, Judge Diener is the one who signed off on the probable cause affidavit.
That's what I thought. But when I was watching your video, I got confused because it sounded like, oh no, that the probable cause affidavit was this would be just the police officer would make the arrest and then go to the magistrate or the judge after the fact if it was like immediate. And that's why I was so confused, because that's why I wanted to ask her. But it is written by law enforcement persons, presents to the court. So you meant prior to going to the court?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. I was confused because I was like, wait a minute. I thought this had to be signed prior to.
Yeah,
Yes.
the report's written by law enforcement. They take it to the prosecutor to see if there's enough in there, probable cause that they've written up to get a judge to sign off an arrest warrant. That's how it works.
She was talking about if they see the crime in progress, then they can make that arrest, and then they go. Okay,
Right.
I got.
Yeah.
That's why I was misunderstanding that live, or not live, but video that she put out today. See, I watch you, Kristen.
Poor Steffi, you so.
I'm sorry.
No,
You want me
you're
to sit down now?
Dark Phoenix.
No, you can stay up here.
Dark Phoenix. We don't know if it's going to be a jury trial yet or if it's going to be a bench trial.
We'll have to wait till next year.
Yep. There wasn't a whole lot of information that was released today.
But BG is our name for him. The court's not going to refer to him as BG. But I like your thinking.
But just change it to Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, okay? No longer BG. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
That would be funny, though, if they started
referring to him as BG, Bridge Guy.
Oh, goodness. Thank you for your kind wishes.
This is a comment. Kristen, what I'm seeing here is I'm thinking that the defense team is going to wait for discovery. And if there's anything in that discovery that will get him convicted or they know they can't get him off, they're going to go to him and say, hey, man, you might want to make a deal on this. Because if you take the jury trial, you're more likely going to be getting a death sentence.
Hey, Shannon.
How is McClellan related to the Patties?
Cousins.
I thought his mom was married to one of Becky's relatives.
Yeah, they're cousins somewhere along the line.
Can he even do the trial?
Well, that was the question in the beginning of this whole thing. And the state said he can. There's nothing stopping him. He can't.
To be a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Then I would be worried about an appeal, like giving them anything to come back for an appeal.
Right.
They would have to bring Ives back to take over the position.
As a special prosecutor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he retire, though?
Yeah, he got tired of it.
He could still come back and try it.
Yeah. He knows most of the case, so at the beginning, so he knows it won't take him to catch up.
He doesn't have any much experience with homicide or with murders either. But he does have a lot of information. They need like somebody from a bigger city.
Like Indianapolis.
Yeah, like where it happens all the time. In Frank's hood.
No, I'm out of that hood. I got away from that years ago. Oh no. But what was I getting ready to say? Since Steph wanted to throw that in there.
I apologize, Lord.
It's that medicine she's taking.
It's that damn cold medicine. We got Theraflu, daytime and nighttime.
Oh, wow.
We got it all. We got inhalers, everything that you need for COVID is at my house.
Hey, you know what? I can predict what Steph is, where she's at and what she's doing right now.
It's nothing different.
She knows what I'm talking about.
So, Dark Phoenix, our memberships are just starting. If you go on our main YouTube page, you can go under the membership tab and it'll tell you what the perks are for each level. In fact, I just put out a poll to all of our members that we got last night. Thank you to Copper Horse. And asked them what night they would like to see a members live. So that is coming up.
Like 2 a.m. on a Wednesday.
Oh no, I gotta work at 7 a.m.
That's why I said that. It's like 2 a.m. on a Wednesday.
I didn't ask for a time. I just asked for a day.
I'm gonna jump down because I feel like I don't have anything else to say to bring to the table here. But I appreciate you guys allowing me to come up. It was fun to get to be up here with y'all again, and y'all have a blessed night. I'll be in chat.
You too, Steph.
We hope you feel better soon.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, feel better soon, girl.
Thank you.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, we're about an hour and a half.
Hang on, I'm almost to the bottom
I'm at the bottom.
of the comments.
See, here's what I was talking about. See, I could have swore I heard when I did my research 6 months ago that he was married to
Derek's dad was married to Nick's aunt, maybe. So maybe the relationship or the connection to family isn't significant enough, and that's why he's still able to try this case.
Right. He's not blood, it's just by marriage. So, but I think it would still be a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Because everybody, at the beginning, when he took over, everybody was asking, it's like, okay, why is he taking over the case? Because it's related to the family. So it was up to the state to say yay or nay.
Kristen, hey, when we shut down for the night, guys, I'd appreciate if everybody jump over to Kristen Behind the Crime Door. She'll be coming on here in a little while also. She comes and support us, so I'm asking all of our subscribers and chat members to support her also.
Thank you so much, Kristen Behind the Crime Door. So basically, we are on a wait and see again.
Yep.
So what are your predictions here? If the judge is going to release the probable cause, is she going to wait till after Thanksgiving?
Yep. She made that very clear in there that the holidays give her some time to go over everything that they presented to her before she made the decision.
Especially the stuff that she's got going on between up there, her court, and down here. So, yeah.
So, and I do believe there will not be a bond. There will not be a bond. Like
I doubt
Kristen said, Kristen made a comment earlier in the chat that the original charging information had a $20 million bond for a reason.
Yeah, I just put the comment up there.
So they made it that high, but saying it had a no bond, there's a reason why they said that.
I don't think they're going to unseal the documents either.
Oh, I do.
The probable cause, you don't think they're going to unseal them, Randy?
No. With the petition and with Becky and the news reporter said, Becky wrote a letter to the judge to have not unseal that document.
Well, I know that she was going to fight for that.
Yeah, but she also got to understand too is the judge has to go by what the Constitution says and what our laws say in the state of Indiana.
So, did the prosecutor say RA might not be the only actor? What were the exact words?
We're still he said we know Richard was not the only one out there.
That's why they're keeping the tip line open and the case is still under investigation because they do believe there's more than one person involved that's tied to Richard Allen.
Yep.
All right, True Crime with Shannon's asking to drop the link here, but
Uh-oh. Here comes Shannon.
yes.
Sierra says Mike Patty's sister, Nick's mom, is married to Brad German.
Yes, that's what I thought. Married to Brad, yeah. I mean, if they heavily redacted, I don't see a problem with them releasing the probable cause at all. Just redact the names, any addresses or whatever it's in it. I don't see a problem with it at all. But then it wouldn't make any sense to release it because you're really not getting no information out of it then.
Nick's ex-aunt Terry is married to Brad German. She was married to Mac McClellan for 20 years. Nick now lives in Mac's old place. Okay.
What's up, Shannon?
Hey, there she is.
All right, I just went through all this stuff. Did y'all? I'm sorry, Miss Joe. We're all trying to do the same stuff. Isn't that awful? I went through all the interview. Did you see the defense interviews? Man,
Yes.
I think that they're gonna probably unseal it, but it's gonna be redacted.
Yeah.
The defense team is saying that they want it, and I think Doug Carter, which shocked me that Doug Carter wants it, but I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be tomorrow. I think it's gonna be next week.
It's either going to be probably next week or a week or so.
Too close to the holiday, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. And Frank, when you and Rick exited, man, I was watching that. I was laughing my ass off, and I had to record, and I was trying not to laugh. And then later on, Murder came out of the courtroom. I was like, man, I'm recognizing all these crazies coming behind this reporter.
Yeah, Curly JK put a short out with Fox 59.
That was funny.
Well, I put it on my live earlier today. It's like saw you on there, try to look for me. Everybody said, I'm seeing you on
how
there.
many people do I know coming out of that courtroom? And then the poor guy by the end of his feed, man, he started to look like he was shivering. That poor man.
Who?
Everybody's cold
that man some bigger jacket or get him out of the cold.
Russell Wade, man, he's one hell of a dude, though, man. He's the only reporter that I know that'll dress in a long sleeve shirt and a tie with a hat, a sports jacket, a pair of jeans, and tennis shoes.
That's funny. But I tell you, I mean, I think he's good. I mean, they're, Fox 59, though, man, they're class. They sure got it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get, I mean, if we get it tomorrow, I mean, that would be cool, but I don't think this judge is going to be in any hurry. She's, like you said, she's got a lot on her plate.
Yep.
But at the same time, maybe she wants to get it over with tomorrow because the prosecutor did give her a redacted. So he was ready. So really, all she's got to do is just okay it, and I don't know how much paperwork that's involving, but
I think Nick is expecting her to release it. That's why he came out with a redacted version of his own.
Yeah.
So,
but they'll release it, and then but I think it'll be better if they waited till next week, just because let people calm down, let them enjoy their holidays, because otherwise they're going to be all over talking about it all weekend long.
All right,
can I just say something real quick? Mama, Libra Scales, I just looked at your email, and I will be contacting you. Thank you.
Let me see. I want to make a correction. Everybody keeps saying Judge Gall. It's not Gall. It's Gull. Gull.
Mm-hmm.
Francis Gull.
And it's Ghazi. It's like Grossi. It sounds like Rossi, but Rozzi. And I watched him say his name, and I liked how he said it's not. You don't pronounce it as Z. You pronounce it as an S.
Rosie.
He was very clear.
Yeah,
Rosie. Yeah. So I was like listening to him, like, okay. But yeah, I think that I think pretty much everybody at this point is expecting it to be released. Redacted. Yeah, I think. But you notice the guy goes. That attorney, though, the other guy, Baldwin, man, he knew a lot for not knowing a lot. I was impressed.
That's what I was saying earlier, talking about they're just going off the probable cause, and they're saying that there's nothing in there indicating that Richard Allen had anything to do with it. But wait till you get to the discovery. Then what are you going to say about that?
Right.
So
he's like, I'll say, no, the podcasters are going to give him other stuff. I'm like, dude, don't even go there. I mean, he starts diving into YouTube and all that, man, he's going to go on a long, deep dive.
Oh, they were mentioning it in the courtroom. The defense team was talking about us. He said, you got all these YouTubers, the media, they're all involved in this case. They're all sitting right here. You might as well release it. So
yeah, they know. I mean, I think they're gonna start looking at everybody, no matter how big or small. If they want to look around, they're gonna start going on social, just looking up who's talking.
right.
So if they don't want their name out there anymore, they better stop talking. So
Yeah.
But I don't think we all care. But I don't know. They were mentioning Kagan. I'm surprised that they didn't say anything about Ron Logan, because his name's still in the mix.
It was all about the probable cause today.
Yeah.
That's all it was all about. And a bail hearing. That's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, getting back to the Keegan Klein thing, I still believe that he's tied in somehow. Or they just made it look like, with the coincidences, everything taking place at the same time with both cases. So
I was saying it's real interesting because I have another video. Y'all know I've been covering that little one in New York, that Harley little case. They got their case starting up in February too. I'm like, man, February is going to be a busy.
February's going to be busy.
There's a lot of other stuff I've been hearing about too. I'm like, wait till after the holidays. Those courts are going to be busy. So I'm like, you got to start putting it on your calendar. That's just the start. I'm like, yeah, get through Christmas and New Year's and start to continue. But there's massive information about every single one of these cases. Hopefully you guys get more info on Tabitha. Hopefully that'll start to go through too.
Oh, it's starting.
That's awesome.
It's starting.
One of our
what happened with Quentin? The whole Quentin thing tore apart too yesterday.
All kinds of cases are tearing.
It's just amazing how it happens at one time. It's just like, boom. If you think you're going to take a break from your stuff for a little bit, you're like, never mind.
Yeah.
But we're getting some justice for a lot of these people. I think next year is going to be a big year.
I agree.
They better start applauding a lot of the media, because a lot of the media is doing a lot of work, and I don't think that they're giving us enough credit for any of the work that we do.
I mean, media, including like YouTube and Twitter and all that? Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of good posts on Twitter. Yeah. Because Twitter, I don't go on there, post as much, but there's a lot of people who know stuff, and I get a lot of information off Twitter.
Yep.
There's a lot of good people, just they got it, and they that's where they post their info. They don't care if they have a channel or a website, but they post on Twitter.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to go get some toothpicks.
Frank's done. He's tired. Randy's tired. I can tell by looking at both of them.
Did you get a nap in, guys?
I got a couple hours.
I tried to get some, but my phone kept on going off.
Oh man.
Or ringing.
But
are y'all gonna do a live on the next 2 or 3 days, or are you just gonna take a break?
She's gonna put some videos together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got videos that I'm gonna be popping off here. Please let tomorrow go by fast so I can have my.
Me too. Yes, I'm thinking.
And during that
you
time,
also off for the next 4 days? Like I'm like, I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm like, Friday 5 o'clock, please. I mean, to be tomorrow 5 o'clock, Wednesday. That's my Friday. And
so this weekend I'm gonna crank out. Yeah, this weekend or this week during those time I'm gonna get videos out, and I've almost got the timeline for Tabitha down. Okay. So that is all coming here soon.
And then Frank, we got to get together and see if Randy wants to help us more on the Flora, because I want to cover that more too, and we can see if we want to split them up on the channels too. So
I need to work on getting a printer. That's what I need to work on, so I can print everything off for Tabitha and the Flora case, because we got thousands of documents for both cases, and it's like me and Margaret's like, man, I can't just sit in front of a computer and read like this all day long. I got to be able to like a book, where I can be relaxed and comfortable when I'm reading.
Good night. Support with Steffa. Get some rest.
Feel better. Sorry she's sick. That's awful.
Yeah.
I'll
But
tell you what, though, it's going to be busy. Besides the holidays, man, true crime is ticking, ticking, ticking.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise, guys, it is nighttime for me. My lady's sitting here waiting on me. She ain't had no sleep either. She's been up since 5 o'clock. She lives right next door to me. She got up and came over and made a pile on the couch to be with Blade today when I was up in Delphi. So.
So
that's right. When you left last time, he destroyed your stuff. Right?
Oh God! I got back. My computer was on the floor.
Like, don't you ever leave me again?
Before everybody starts leaving, just to let you know, the link for the Facebook site to get merchandise for our channel is in the description of this video. Our Facebook group site link is also in there. Next time I will make sure to add the Discord.
Actually, you can do the Discord. Just put it on the community page with the Discord address on it. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I know, but they like to have it in the description too. So I'm going to get that in there. And I'm getting our Twitter page up and running here. Frank, remind me, I have to give you the password so that you can have access to that.
Okay. Otherwise, anybody else got any more questions or concerns that need to be answered before we get out of here for the evening?
Nope, I think just thank you guys so much. Thank you to those who donated tonight. We really appreciate it. There is some equipment that we need to get, and the memberships and the donations do help in getting that equipment. So,
but
thanks,
otherwise,
Frank and
guys,
Randy, for going out there today. That was
Oh, no problem.
Hey,
I haven't even seen all the footage yet. You know, because when I'm working, I'm trying to sneak and listen to stuff.
all this started going down with Richard Allen back in October. I told Marv from now on, I'm going to be boots on the ground in Delphi. No matter how I can get there, I'm going to be boots on the ground because that's the best information coverage you can get. This hearsay crap, this rumors and all that stuff that goes on, I'm done with all that.
Zenaida, I am from Wisconsin.
Hey,
Cook,
Jim.
thank you so much.
Much appreciated, Jim.
That's cool.
Thank you, mental capacity.
Frankie.
Frankie. Yeah, Frank wants to go hang out with his honey. So that's so
It's just sitting there.
Yeah, we need to get some rest and relax.
Right.
All right.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Stay safe. Don't eat too much.
Yep.
If I'm not here on the next live, I ate too much turkey because there's too much melatonin in it.
Oh, that's true. It knocks you out.
And I get to meet her grandpa on Thursday and watch football with him.
Yes, and we want to give a shout out to Two Sister Queens, who's making our merchandise. So
cool.
Can't remember the link.
All right, Zab.
Got a Facebook group.
We need to put where is our Marvin Frankie Gmail?
Oh.
There you go, Zendaya gal. On the front of the screen is our email.
So they do have a Facebook group page for Two Sister Queens. She's got our merchandise pinned on her page. Go check it out and place some orders.
It's a cool Justice shirt that I'm digging. So, y'all
I thought you would like those.
I was like, They got good prices too, considering it's hard to do that, you know.
I'm waiting on the hoodies. That's what I'm waiting on.
It's ordered.
Listen, I live in Florida, so I don't wear a lot of hoodies, and I love hoodies, but I don't get to wear them a lot. I wear t-shirts.
And yes, I did wear my shirt today.
It's too bad you didn't see them filming you. You didn't do like the Superman thing and be like, yeah. That would have been so funny.
I walked out of the courtroom and I saw that video that Curly JK did, and I was like, holy shit.
Y'all were so funny looking at your phones and then looking around, and I was like, I was like laughing. It was so good.
Yeah, if I didn't find that, Frank, he wouldn't have done that.
That's hysterical.
And then Taylor, he screenshots from Fox 59 this morning, me standing in line I'm like, man. All right,
Did you
guys.
guys,
it's
did you
that
guys
time.
meet anybody? Did you guys get to meet anybody else there that you hadn't met yet, or not really?
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, it was basically the same,
Okay.
all the same people that was at the presser.
Yeah.
We all
Cool.
sat together again. All
But,
of us
yeah.
media.
It's too bad
Who's
you can't
your-
take any pictures in there or nothing, man. That's just too bad.
Who's your court case is the one who couldn't make it in. Who was
Yep.
hoping he would have.
So, but it's that time, guys.
All right, Frank, we're signing off.
Peace.
I'm rubbing my eyes, so peace out.
I'm turning on to you. So
Peace out, guys.
bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right,
This was fun. Bye.
email. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Email me, Zenaida, and I will get back with you. Please leave a thumbs up on your way out. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Frank, take us out.
Peace out, y'all. One love.
Have
Good
a good
night.
night, everyone.
Love y'all.